Alright people of the world, this is future GTA Raj here, and I just got done playing around with today's game, Underground Garage. Now it was sent over to me for free by Astragon Entertainment, and massive shout out to Christopher Tagapan for setting it up and reaching out. They got in contact because of my Forza content. So at one of my videos, I don't know which one, they didn't say, but they got in contact because of the Forza stuff, and they thought I might like their game. Now, when they outlined it to me, it was an immediate yes, because they simply said that it has arcade-like racing from Need for Speed and Forza, customization from Need for Speed, or customization like Need for Speed, and also aspects of Car Mechanics Simulator. And the gears were turning, they were turning so fast. I immediately said yes. And cherry on top of this lovely delicious cake is that I had the game on my wish list already. Because these games mentally just tick all the right boxes for me. There is nothing better than fiddling about with parts of a car and then going off and driving it. It's one of the better parts of Forza, but to do it in more depth in a game like this, heck yeah. So shout out to Astragon Entertainment and Christopher Tagapan for making all this possible. It has been a great opportunity, and yeah, if you stay till the end, there's a wrap-up session, right? There's going to be a wrap-up session where I condense all my thoughts and feelings about what I've experienced with the game and the hour or so that I've put into it, and yeah, and just for an extra cherry on top of the cake, I will be doing a follow-up video after I've put a bunch more time into the game, so keep an eye out for that one in the future. Now, without further ado, before we get into the nitty-gritty, I want to give my channel members a massive shout out. Their names will be on screen, and if you want to support the channel and be a channel member, you can simply click the join button down below and be any tier for starting at £1 a month. It helps support the channel, it goes a very long way to helping produce content and so much more. Now, you don't have to do that, simply liking and subscribing and sharing is more than enough. So thank you. Now, without further ado, one last little message. This will not be a member first video. It will be edited down and then fired up for public. So please keep that in mind. Without further ado, let's get to the video, shall we? Alright, we are here in the main menu of Underground Garage. Now, I've already went ahead and taken a little bit of a look around the options. So if you want to see what I'm running in terms of graphics quality settings, you're more than welcome to pause the video and have a look at that. I've turned off dynamic resolution. I'm not using any HDR. I'm not using any upscaling. I'm trying not to anyway. But yeah, I've also went ahead and changed audio so the music's lower. And yeah, one thing I found really nice and interesting is the fact that you can get a slight idea as to what to expect by looking at keybinds. So like nitrous, for example, and then turning on and off neons. So that's a little hint as to what's coming up. Alright, let's get into it.
I'm Deb from Underground Garage. In the game, we prep cars for illegal
street races. This is very Need for Speed like with those intro videos. I mean, obviously this one is full siege instead of what was it, mocap? No, a green screen with filters on it. That is such a throwback. I'm not bashing that kind of thing. So this is yeah. For first impressions, it is certainly giving me old classic Need for Speed vibes.
Come by my office and let's get you set up.
Right, let's see. Oh, that's really nice. Right, so I'm taking my controller because I'm going to use both mouse and keyboard plus controller for this. So like when it comes to looking at parts and stuff, I'll be mouse and keyboard for it. Yeah. So right away, I like what we have here. Looking at everything popping and the scenery. You got a dude hanging there. You got a guy working on his Porsche. That is definitely a Porsche. What is this, an Evo? One of the later Evos where it looks like a bubble. Damn. You've also got a modified car over there. Could be... No. Yeah, we can sprint. Okay, sprint is right trigger. Super bass sound system. Look at that. Ah. Right away. This is just nice. Dave wants you to take this one. Starter issue. Should be easy. Head over to him now.
Should be easy. Head over to him now. He's
Okay,
we'll
okay.
walk you through the details.
Go and talk with Dave. Right. It helps if I don't... Oh, what is this? It also helps if I don't run into glass walls. Is this for an expansion or just to sit here and wait? What is the vibe? Underground. A film by Igor something or other. Right. A film by Igor SZ. Nice. Ooh. Oh, look at this table. That's a car engine. Or an engine block anyway. Oh, that is nice. Wait, the pistons are holding on the doodads. Holding on the glass. Ah, that is nice. Shouldn't take long. Get on the lift, check it out, replace the starter, let's make it smooth, alright? Alright, we are definitely outside now. Sped EXO. So what are we doing to get in here? Cannot write inspect. Allows you to move your cars around the garage without driving them. Open tab menu with the doodad of my Xbox controller, because I'm using Xbox controller this time around. Okay, so press this. Garage. Manager. Oh, that is neat! Okay, right. So I can just move individually with the right analog stick, or I can move the entire thing with the left analog stick. Oh, this is really nice. So it allows you to hover over a vehicle and put it on the lift. So long as you're able to. So, I like that. We're going to select it. And just simply drag it onto the lift. Oh! Wait a minute, that's pretty awesome. So I think we have to go to the car and enter mechanic mode. The game's not told me how to do that yet, so I'm assuming it is about to. A to enter mechanic mode. Camera focus. Allows you to focus camera on part of your choosing. Slightly broken English, but that is fine. We can still understand. Allows you to see, choose. Allows you to see, choose should be see and choose category or parts of the car to repair and modify. To navigate between car vision layers and work on selected categories. Diagnosis mode allows you to check the state of a car and target broken parts better. So press left to switch on or off diagnosis mode. Damaged part listed here. So diagnosis mode. So the starter motor is going to be under the hood. Ooh. I need to remember about the right analog stick thing. So disassemble. Oh wait, on this car I think you may have to lift it. Do we not? Oh, I'm not even in diagnosis mode. Oh, that's on me. That's on me. We're fine with that. We're fine with that. So enter mechanic mode. Now we go to diagnosis mode. What are we doing? Right. You know what? I should just use mouse and keyboard for this part. So we now have that. So we need to assemble a new starter. Right, so this one is 100%. I got confused a little bit. I didn't know how to enter the thing. That's on me. Read the message from Dave. Word's spreading about you. I might have some parts and even a few cars that aren't exactly on the menu. Meet me at the black market. I'll send you the location. Let's see if you're ready for the real deal. And from me, better parts than ones from the official shop? Damn. So, we can enter the car? Oh, wait a minute.
Good job with the starter.
Listen.
That car's actually mine.
I need you to drive it out to a spot. I'll send you. Just keep it between us all the way. I'll be waiting in the car. Huh. Mission complete, car locked. No more tweaking to prevent stripping it for parts. Want to modify? Use your own car.
Heading out to the old airfield outside the city. Nobody goes there anymore. Perfect spot for a test ride. We'll push the car through a short course, make sure everything holds up. Then we leave it there.
Oh, wait a minute. This is... I mean, it's pulling.
Keep your eyes on the road.
You know what? You know what though? Alright. I'm actually getting a little I'm getting a little distracted here because I'm having a good time with this. This is actually doing a better job with the driving than Car Mechanic Sim, because I got an email about this game and I had it on my watch list or wish list for quite some time. And I'm like, I'm gonna buy this at some point because I really like these kind of games. But the team reached out, and you know what? I would still pay for this game. I honestly would still pay for this game. Like, good lord, the driving feels better. It's better supported than Car Mechanic Sim because I could never get it working correctly with a controller. And it feels great. It really does. I just suck at driving, keep that in mind. Ultimately, this is a game that seems to be... Oh, we're doing a race. This is a game that is combining aspects that made Forza Horizon great. It's combining aspects of Car Mechanic Sim and various features from Need for Speed, like the older ones, not what we have now, because it's nowhere near as fun now. Ghost Lane unlocks borderline escape, so I could, we could choose a route. Reach the Ghost Lane time attack starting point. Okay. Time for me to accept. So, do we want to free drive? We're going to select a route, no opponents, and no time tracking that affect progression. Ooh, let's do a race. Let's put a little wager on. So we have a floating car, it seems. Ooh. We got a Vespa? Or Vespa name? I like the way... Oh, this is very Forza-like. Okay. I got a little choppy. Nice. That's fun. Oh, this man's got neons. Whoa. I brought up my stats here real quick. I wanna see what this is like. Oh no! Oh no, oh no, how do I reset my car? You will lose your bet, your car, your money. There's nothing else I can do. I have to do this. Race failed. Continue. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. I'm not gonna... Ooh, can I change my, I forgot to look into this, but can I change my, speedometer? This is working better than I thought, but at the same time. So we're in gameplay right now. Right. There appears to be no part to change my kilometers to miles per hour. I can't have metric. Okay. I mean, this is 1.0, and it was sent over to me to check it out. So shout out. Is that nitrous just refill? Oh, I can't believe I lost my money. I will just do a race. No bets. No bets this time. Ah. Oh, there's an R34 R33 Skyline. You got a Mazda Miata. Or an in the UK it's an MX-5. Or in Japan it's a Yunus Roadster. Okay, we got to go ahead. Ah, it's very sensitive handling. Right. This is very interesting. My FPS is very low. If I had to suggest something, I'd suggest a little bit of an optimization. Because one, I am recording, but I'm seeing virtually no utilization on either my graphics card or my CPU. So I'm getting a decent idea as to what else is to come in this game. I'm very glad that it was sent over to me, but I would also still pay for something like this. The price that you pay for this game is still worth it because there's a lot to this game. There is still so much that you can do in this game in terms of like customization, and I hope we get to see that soon. Reach the Ghost Lane time attack starting point. Didn't I already do that? Or have I done the silly thing and started the wrong thing? So Ghost Lane... Oh, I'm a bit on the silly side. It says time attack in the little mission descriptor. Ha. Done it in 1:11. So what's next? Let me just get rid of those. Huh, that's pretty fun. First repair. Every mechanic's journey starts with a wrench in hand. Do break. Oh. Go and talk with Dave. Zuma GR3 brakes are shot, so get it on the left. Check it out. Swap in the new ones. We're keeping this smooth and simple again. I want it done clean. The car has to be complete to drive it home. You can replace almost everything, but extreme mods can ruin how it handles. A complete car equals you can go out on track. The more you mix parts, the easier it is to mess up the car's handling. Ooh! Oh, we got a little Miata with neons. Oh, look at that! Look at that bonnet. Oh. Okay, this is already beating car mechanics. Look at that, and the way that it looks. Ah, the detailing on it is quite nice. It's got that really nice reflection to it. Real. They got the pop-ups on the Miata. Oh, the tires are rubbing too. No wonder the squealing. Look at the stance on this thing. The tires are too big for the Archies. Enter mechanic mode. Different builds, different behavior. Parts change the stats, but can also throw the car out of balance. Different part combinations create builds that work better in different conditions, e.g. sprint, drift, asphalt. One focused on grip and stability, for good, clean asphalt and fast runs. Another focused on easier slides, better control and drift at the cost of pure speed. Can we lift this car? If we move the engine, drain all the oil from the oil pan. But I need to lift the car first. Is it going to make me go and grab an oil pan? An oil pan, the little machine you put underneath that. Car quest update, disassemble worn. The fluid system lets you drain and refill key car fluids. Brake fluid, coolant fluid, oil, and also fuel. Press E on the part to interact with the fluid system and drain out the old fluid from the part and refill with new fluid. Wait, are we meant to be taking brakes off? Yeah, we should be taking the wheel. If we're taking the brakes off, we should, unless we're replacing the lines as well, we should be, we must be draining fluids. I thought we were doing brakes, but whatever. Before you can remove the engine, drain the oil from the oil pan. I think I might just be unnecessarily doing this. Okay, so I'm having a genuine problem with this. I've got a car on my head. Okay, so my issue stems from when you go into mechanic mode, the camera pans out far away, and you don't get a good enough look at the car. So you have to put your character underneath it. So grab our car, bring it over here. Now this is where I got stuck. We now have to do the hood. So now that I went into I'm trying to disassemble the hood, and it's not showing where the screws are that I'm meant to remove, but they're over here. It is not showing. I had to look underneath the car to get it. So it is these little bits here. That's what threw me off. Because I'm like, okay, I'm replacing brakes. What do I need to do to replace brakes? Take off the wheels, take off the caliper, take off the discs. But me being me, I went far beyond that, and yeah. I got to a point where it was like, hey, you have to change the engine oil. And that's where I stopped the recording, because I couldn't figure out how to change the engine oil. So we need to diagnose the car first. So we do that, which is what we did originally, and I didn't pick up on it because I just wanted to get to it. And I even read it out, and it didn't sink in. The fluid system lets you drain and refill key car fluids. Brake fluid, coolant fluid, oil, and also fuel. Press something on part to interact with the fluids system. Drain the old fluid from part and refill with new fluid. So we do this, go into disassembly, and do this. Now, because I didn't look down at the bottom, I didn't see the button for draining fluids. So, say with the engine oil, I didn't see the button to fill engine oil. So, basically, I spent, what, 15, 20 minutes disassembling an engine for no reason. That's on me. I do apologize. So, we have to highlight braking system and drain the fluid. Once that's done, we need to swap out the braking system. So I think we need to disassemble this. And it's just that easy. So we need to go here. No, we don't want to disassemble that part. We have to open the non-existent hood, which I shouldn't have to do. So we assemble, we put the new one in, then we have to fill. There we go, that didn't work the first time. Yeah, that's quite nice, look at that. Yeah, I'm gonna urge the team to try and make this more visible, because it is very odd that you have to go this route for it. Move the car to the delivery zone. Woo! Okay, there we go. Everything after this is all new to me. Good job, kid. Keep the pace up and we'll have more work coming in soon. Brakes may be basic, but they're no joke. Solid work. Yeah, boy. So now we're going to talk with Dave and let's see what happens. Engine light on.
Engine trouble, huh? Could be simple.
Be
could
simple.
Be a headache.
Could be a headache.
Either
Either way,
get
get that car on the left and run a
diagnostic.
diagnostic.
Let's make sure this doesn't become a bigger issue. It's a Nexa 115, you know the drill.
Nice. So in this case, some cases you can just drive the car in. If we go outside, we can get in the car and drive it in here. However, I'm not doing that. We're gonna grab this. My engine light came on. Ah, look at that. Alright, mechanic mode. Cannot forget this time. Diagnosis. Oh. Left cylinder head and right cylinder head. So disassemble. Yeah, on this bonnet here, it's very easy to see what you have to remove. The cylinder head's busted, so we have to remove. Throttle body needs to be removed first. Nitro injector. So now that I'm more used to it, I can say. I remove the throttle body. What do you mean? Oh. It is a little buggy. Ooh. It is a nice little thing, this is. So remove that. Yay, for engine disassembly! So we need to remove, what is this? Ignition system. And we need to remove it on both sides. Oh, engine oil must be drained first? Sure. How do we drain the engine oil? I mean, the fill bit's over here. Oh, are we gonna have to raise the car up? Alright, people. Sorry for this abrupt kind of lead into the wrap up for the video. I was just editing the video down, and the last of the footage that I have, or the last of the footage that I've recorded anyway, it's just me trying to drain engine oil. Very unsuccessfully, and we'll get onto that. Now, first and foremost, with this wrap-up, it's going to be split into 3 parts. Negatives. You always have to get the bad things out of the way before you get into the positives and things for the future. So yeah, negatives first, then positives, and then what we're doing with this game in the future. And just to reiterate one more time, Christopher Tagapan and Astrogon Entertainment sent this game over for free. They reached out to me, no money changed hands, and all the thoughts that I have on this game are all my own. And yeah, I'm hoping they can use this video as kind of like a guide, not a guide, a something or other. Use this video as a way to try and fix up the game a little bit, because the negatives, some of them at the very least, impact the game. But keep it in mind, there's more positives than there are negatives. And yeah, right now, at this point in time, I'm very happy with the game. I'm also going to leave the Steam link for the game in the video description, so feel free to check that out. I'll even pin it as a top comment on the video itself, so feel free to look out for that. Now, without further ado, let's actually start this wrap up. Alright, it's time to talk about the negative aspects of Underground Garage. Yeah, I hope the developers can use this to help improve the game, because it's not looking too hot right now. So I'm hoping they can take something away from this and help to make the game better. And to kick things off, we're going to get into performance. And to kick the performance section off, we're going to talk about specs and in-game settings. So, in-game settings wise, 1080p, hard capped, 90 frames per second, right? Everything's maxed. No upscaling whatsoever. No DLSS, no FSR, none of that nonsense. My rig is as follows. A Ryzen 5900X boosting to 5.1 GHz, 48 GB of DDR4 RAM at 3600 MHz, and RTX 5070. FPS was terrible. In regular scenarios like casually driving to drop off a car or doing mechanic stuff, I was seeing frames between 58 and 90, the actual cap that I set. But I almost never hit that. I almost never hit the frame cap that I set. Racing? It was so much worse. 45 frames per second. Absolutely terrible. I purposefully enabled my overlay. I have a performance overlay that shows graphics card utilization, graphics card RAM usage, system RAM usage, CPU clock speeds, CPU utilization, temperatures, all that kind of stuff. It is visible in the video for the most part. It wasn't up for all of it. During the one race that we did, I did mention 45 frames per second. My graphics card utilization at that point was 66%. The maximum that it ever got used was 89% when we hit 90 frames per second was working on car number 3. FPS jumped around during that segment from 58 all the way up to 90. Utilization was all over the place. This game needs a performance patch, and with that, I am very much done talking about performance here, because we're going to get on to something a little bit more in-game, something that can help the general user. That is the lack of certain indicators. Now, I brought this up before, how when we were working on car number 2, the little marker to undo screws was not showing up when we tried to remove the hood. That is fixing. And also, when it comes to the stuff like engine oil draining, there needs to be either a tutorial for that to tell you how to do it, or have a glowing marker around the cap that you have to remove to drain the oil, or whatever it takes to drain the oil. Onto something more menial but still noticeable. Spelling errors and grammatical errors. So some sentences even, are worded very, very weird. And there's weird spaces where there really shouldn't be. And now, onto the literal final part that annoyed me, that I consider a negative, and it's the tire rubbing. It's weird. The car at the beginning that we drove, actually all the cars had tire rubbing when it didn't seem like there should be any. Driving along, or even just driving a little bit, there was a lot of rubbing. Those were tire rubbing noises, and not just like peel out tire squeals and stuff like that. Those are just a few things I've noticed. The biggest one being performance, obviously, and the lack of disassembly markers, so to speak. Alright, it is time to talk about the positive aspects and the conclusion to this wrap up for Underground Garage. I've got my notes pulled up, so let's get into it. Alright, for our first little soiree into the positive side of Underground Garage, we're going to be talking about the main menu briefly and what comes after it, because both of them, the main menu and the introductory cutscene, is massive references to Need for Speed. That continues into the introductory cutscene, which is a car safety message. done in the exact style of Most Wanted and Carbon. This one's not using live action, it's using in-game models and rendering and all that for it, which is greatly appreciated because it's mimicking the style of what those games did so well. Things get a lot more interesting when you get into the game and you've gotten your first task, which is to replace a starter motor. And it goes from a Need for Speed reference to Car Mechanics Sim. So you replace the starter motor and you get in and you have to deliver the car. That's when things change once again. It's a very positive whiplash because you're going between Car Mechanics Sim and Need for Speed / Forza. Things are a little bit sensitive at first when it comes to controlling the car. Throughout the entire thing, you have some actually quite decent voice acting. So you've got yourself nice Need for Speed references. You've got yourself actually decent handling. The car mechanics simulation part of this also keeps up with car mechanics sim. It does it just as good, minus a few issues. This game is overall the equivalent of playing the Yu-Gi-Oh spell card polymerization and taking Forza, Need for Speed, and car mechanics sim and boof. Got yourself Underground Garage. Alright, so in conclusion, this game is worth the money to buy. It is full of good references to classic Need for Speed. It feels like a culmination of Need for Speed, Forza, and Car Mechanics Sim all rolled up into one massive bundle of joy. Yes, it has issues, and I'm hopeful that the issues get fixed over time. It's not going to stop me from pouring hours and hours into just tinkering with cars in this. Forza and Need for Speed like racing combined with car mechanics sim? Are you kidding? That is right up my alley. I'm just so happy to be a part of this. So massive shout out once again to Astragon Entertainment and Christopher Tagapan for making all this possible. It has been such a great opportunity and I am very much grateful for this. I hope everyone that's watched this comes away with something very positive. I hope more people buy this game and check it out. It's very much worth your time. It is worth your money, and it is a whole bundle of fun, especially when you start sinking hours into racing and just the general car mechanic aspect. But anyway, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed, leave a like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you all in the next one.